You found us. What about this idea?
Gotta listen to this show. Why?
Because it's about the hearts and minds of entrepreneurs.
Oh, nailed it.
I didn't even look at the wall.
Nailed it.
I didn't even look at
All
the
right,
wall.
listen, honestly, this is a show. It's different than other shows about entrepreneurship.
It's real. It's real. Real stories.
Is it?
We tend to talk very real.
I love
And
it.
so do our guests. So come have fun with us.
You made lip smacking
I'm
noises,
sorry.
right?
It wasn't good.
Right as I started it. This is our first episode with a guest, and the first thing they're
I'm
hearing
sorry.
is
I
lip
couldn't.
smacking noises.
It wasn't obvious. There's no obvious button that you pushed.
Well, that was my hand motion. Went bing. I pushed that thing down. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to.
Welcome.
What about this idea?
What about this idea?
What's our
first
show?
guest.
Yeah, we've got our first guest. What's our show about? So, like, this is we had our first show where we introduced the thing.
Yeah.
Right? Now we've got our first guest today. We'll get there quickly.
Yes.
What is our audience hoping to hear today?
You know,
Why are they here?
Well, probably just to hear us say stupid shit
That could
for a
be-
while.
that could
and
be
then
the bulk of it.
Then our guest will make us look really smart
Yeah.
because she is our first entrepreneur on the
I
show.
thought it was your job to make us look smart.
I keep telling you, don't put that kind of pressure on me.
All right. Well, we'll see how it all goes. This is going to be fun. We've got our first guest video this time. Ooh. You like being on video?
I have no idea. I'm we're just all lucky. I can't see myself. Otherwise, I'd be fixing my hair.
Yeah,
Right.
ditto.
All right. Well, let's do this because you know what? We've lost people already.
We have.
I'm guessing. Thanks for
It's gonna be
joining
fun.
us.
Don't leave. Don't leave.
So
don't
see you
leave.
later. Bye. Oh man, they left. No, it's good. It's good. This is the show. This is a show about entrepreneurship. What about this idea? That's what people ask. Our guest, is that the type of person we have as a guest today?
She is the epitome of an entrepreneur
Okay.
and one of the funnest people I know. This is my friend, Kelli Johanson.
Hi.
Welcome. We are so happy to have you. Kelli, if you were just to introduce yourself. and
'Cause we're not
say-
gonna do it.
Say who you
Okay.
are. Well, I mean, she is multifaceted. And so I'm curious what she will lead with.
Okay, so my name is Kelli Johanson. I'm an Iowa farm girl.
Still?
No.
Okay, you're no longer on the farm.
No, no longer milking cows or anything.
Okay. So
That's what we did.
you were raised as an Iowan farm girl.
I was, yes.
Yep.
So kind of a tomboy girl. Came up here for college and haven't ever left. So I've been a Minnesotan longer than I've been an Iowegian.
Right.
So
Is that what you call it? An Iowegian?
yeah.
I
You've
like
not
it.
heard that?
No.
Really? What are you from, Wisconsin or something?
I'm not from Wisconsin. Remember, I'm from Matamidi.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And you've never heard Iowegian?
No.
Yeah, that's an old
a thing.
Minnesota-ism.
It's a thing.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Iowa to Minnesota to go to school. Where'd you go to school?
University of St. Thomas.
Okay. So that's
Counting.
a good one.
Numbers ninja. Love numbers. Love money. Love putting them together to figure out how we concoct to make more.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's like, I missed that part of entrepreneurship. I wish I had that part. Like, you're
nothing-
good with money?
I love
She's
it.
very,
And you
very
do-
good with money.
Like, you don't have to answer
No.
any detail, but do you actually make some?
Yeah.
Like, do you have businesses that make money? Well, there's a
you-
lot of us entrepreneurs out there who don't.
Oh, honey bun.
Yeah, I know. I need help.
Yeah, we'll talk after. It's
Well,
fine.
that's what the show is for.
That's right.
People are
Okay.
going to learn from this.
Yeah. Yep.
Little do you know, Sam, this is an intervention.
Yes.
I brought Kelli in to
Yep.
have an intervention
Welcome.
with you.
I just added
About-
that to my resume. I'm an interventionalist.
See?
I think it's just interventionist. God, maybe it's not. I don't know.
That's Iowegian lingo.
You can say it
Come
however
on.
you like.
Yeah.
You're the guest. I
you.
shouldn't correct anyone. Anyway, so yeah. Well, we've gotten we're 4 minutes in, And all we know is that you were in Iowa.
Yeah.
And then
So
you came to the
I'm just going
University
to go
of
all
St.
in.
Thomas. Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm going to help a brother out.
Let's hear it all. Yeah.
So came up here for college and blah, 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 blah. Started in the airline industry, customer service. Then I decided, you know what? I want to get into my field because I wanted a job to help pay for college. So I got a corporate accountant position, and then I went to school full time and I worked full time until I graduated. So I was at LifeTouch, which is now Shutterfly. And yep. So
Oh, yeah, that's a Minnesota company. I didn't know Shutterfly was a Minnesota company. I know it well. But
it is now, but LifeTouch was national. So,
okay.
but they were Minnesota domiciled. So anyway, so worked there, went to school full time, graduated. Fast forward, my husband at that time, he had a son, adopted my son.
Still with this person?
She is absolutely not with this person.
Oh.
Why would she be with this person? That's a ridiculous notion.
What she said. What she said.
So, well, it's the way you said it. I met my husband, which is like present tense. So you met your first husband. You met the guy you married and are no longer married.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Single as a flamingo right here. Whatever. I just made that up. Don't even know if that's a thing. Anyway.
It's an Iowegian
It's an Iowegian thing.
I don't know. I assume flamingos mate. And I have partners. I don't know for sure, though. I know
Well,
nothing
we're
about
working on that
flamingos.
next chapter. But right
Single
now
as
I'm an
a flamingo, I
entrepreneur,
like
and
it,
that's all I got time for.
Okay.
She has a really sweet dog as well.
Yeah. So, and then I stopped, stayed. Ooh, I touched the table. Son of
Oh,
a
that's all
bitch.
right. You're okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Then I quit my job, stayed at home, and that's when I built my business. I just started in the property management. So I'm a real estate broker, and I own a brokerage called, it's actually Freedom Advantage Incorporated. Freedom was my married name. Johanson is my maiden name. I went back to my maiden name in honor of my being an only child for my dad.
I have a story about this too, but I won't tell it now. It's fine,
Yeah.
but I get it. So you took
It's not your show today, Sam.
Clearly, I've lost control completely. I never had it. We know
Sorry.
that.
I'm
We know
sorry.
that.
Were we supposed to let you have control?
No,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no.
I mean,
I
there's
know my
two against
place.
one right here. There's, uh-huh.
I know my place. It's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. You sure are cute, though.
Oh, thanks. So are you.
So where was I? So yes. So then I created a brokerage. In property management. So market rate, like helping individual investors. Really, my business started in 2008 at the downturn of the economy when everybody was foreclosing and the market went upside down.
I remember that time. That was shitty.
Yeah, it was really fucking shitty.
Yeah.
So what happened is that I had already started managing for other investors. So then everybody wanted to capitalize on buying because the interest rates were so low and everybody was fire sailing, like developers and
Totally.
and builders, they were fire sailing their homes. So then because I was a real estate agent, I was previously with Remax Results, and all of the agents had clients who they wanted to represent on the buy, but couldn't sell. So then I rented them and then grew a portfolio of investment properties that I managed for those clients so that they were able to capitalize on the fire sales of these properties.
Right.
And then maintain their current asset.
So you didn't take ownership of them
No.
yourself. You helped
No.
manage other people's
No,
portfolios.
I own a handful myself, but yeah. And so,
Currently you do, or you did at the time? Okay.
well, we did, I mean, collectively.
Yep.
Yeah. So
How many houses do you have now?
just under, literally under 1,000.
Oh, I've been telling your story all wrong. I thought it was like 300 or something.
Well, single family. We'll get to that part. I'll tell you the whole trajectory of my life
I mean, this
story.
is interesting because I don't normally get the opportunity to just let someone tell a story like this, like on the other shows.
Oh.
So it's good. I got like
So
a
I'm
million
compelling
things I
and
want to. Yeah, no, it's good.
engaging.
Yeah, a million
Yeah.
things I want to ask you though.
Oh, good.
But we'll wait until you're satisfied with the idea that you've
Shared enough?
Shared the story.
Okay.
Like the origin story. Then we'll
Okay.
get into the details.
Well, I'm very chop, so I'll cut to the chase in a very roundabout fashion. Probably a few U-turns, you know what I mean?
Right. That's super straightforward. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I region.
Yeah. You're definitely a mix of Iowa and Minnesota.
Totally.
Like I'm sure I will get there very quickly if you just give me an opportunity. Let me go for a minute and I'll get, like.
And a gravel road.
You don't
right
need-
there. Back road.
You don't need to
Like,
explain to me for 15 minutes how you're going to get there. Just let me get there.
so true.
Not you. I'm just saying in general, that's a Minnesotan upper Midwestern thing.
It is.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway.
So fast forward, got divorced, retained my company that I had built, and I expanded the service to encompass, because as you're managing all of these properties, maintenance is a necessity. Like it's a key
I'm with
necessity
ya.
to all of these investment properties. And you're only as good as your maintenance man, because time.
Or woman.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story about that too. That's why I hired maintenance, because I actually tried to change a doorknob and I put it on backwards. And I thought it was great. And a tenant who was of no mind to actually understand how a doorknob would work called me on it. And I'm like, oh dear, I'm just going to stick to what I know.
So like the key was on the inside.
It was an aha for me. Like, yeah. So yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
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 So,
It's really cute that you tried.
I mean, I will always try. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always try. So when I got divorced and then I built the business, I just expanded it to encompass sales, management, and maintenance. So my goal was to have sales agents and then help build the investment portfolio. And then I attained my general contractor's license, not for the reason that you would think, hence the doorknob.
I get it.
But for the liability of it. And then I brought in a team underneath me so that we could be protected, so that we could service our clients in the manner that I wanted service to
So
happen.
you're the qualifying partner as a GC?
I could build a house.
Could you?
No. No.
That's funny.
But you could tell other people what to do to
I could
build,
build
a
a
house.
gingerbread house.
Okay.
Well,
And it would be very pretty and pink and sparkly.
but made of gingerbread, correct?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a Barbie doll house. I mean, I could do that too.
There would have to be wine.
I can't help but be intrigued by the whole contractor thing. So I have to ask a few questions because I had my contractor's license for a long time.
You don't anymore, Sam?
I let it lapse.
Oh, Sam.
No, it was good. I needed to get.
Well, I got you if you want to, like, you
Yeah,
know.
no, I don't.
Bang
Construction
a nail
is
or-
chaos.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
chaos, and I need to get away from it because this is not chaos.
No, this is
Podcasting.
fine, man.
There's so much more money in podcasting.
Really?
Oh, believe
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that.
But anyway, no. At the time that I got my contractor's license, I had already been in construction for a while, so I knew I had a lot of construction knowledge, just general construction knowledge.
Yeah.
And I was told, like, you got to take the course. Did you take courses?
Yeah. No. Nope. Not
Did you
one.
read a book? Some stuff, yeah.
Sure.
I didn't do any of that stuff either, and then
Yeah,
I went
no.
in and I took it because, like, the one half is just sort of common sense, and then the other one, they're like, "Oh, you get to use the manual to answer
Yeah.
the question."
Yeah.
I'm like, well, then why would anyone study? Like, you get to use the book,
You want to know the IRC code?
yeah,
Like, who the fuck cares?
right? Like,
You're going to have that book forever.
yeah,
And the code's going to change. So why am I going to fucking waste my time?
I
So,
like this.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So then, do you do continuing education each year to keep your license current?
Yep.
Because the other thing I figured out was, so you got to do like 8 hours a year or whatever, and it costs a couple $100, let's say. You can get some free courses, and
Yeah.
stuff too. But you do your continuing ed, and you do that for 3 years, or you don't do it at all,
And then it lapses.
and then it lapses, and you just go in and take the test again for $99. It takes you like an hour or something. You just take the test again, and then the lady looks at you like, "Are you just taking the test and not renewing, not getting your continuing education?" Yes, because it was cheaper and easier. But anyway,
Gosh, you could.
boring.
This is a fascinating conversation.
It's not boring. It's super boring. You're right.
I'm getting more wine.
Yeah.
It's fixing
plan.
it. Sorry. I just think that's really funny that you've got a
Yes.
contractor's license,
I
yet
do.
you admittedly know very little about construction.
Oh, absolutely. You would not ever want to hire me to build a house. Now, what you would want to do is hire me as a property manager because I have got the people within my umbrella to service and to, give and take care of all of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of hiring a partner who qualifies, you became the qualifying partner and then hired people to do the work. I get it.
I became the sales broker so that I could hire sales agents. So my mission as I was going through all of this, again, divorce is very traumatic and unfortunately it is what it is. But as I'm just trying to find, my healing was my spreadsheet. I just literally sat in front of my computer.
That's not normal.
Says that.
I'm not saying I didn't agree to any normalcy on any
Crazy
of
people. Crazy people say shit like that. Like your spreadsheet healed you. God. You know, most people go crazy when they look at spreadsheets.
Well, I couldn't go on a shopping spree because then that would dwindle the bank account. And I had goals and dreams and visions.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So the goals and the dreams and the visions were as I was going and I was building and I was, then I went. So I started from the farm and then I decided I'm going to move to the suburbs. And then after the divorce, I'm like, I'm going to move uptown. So then I became the uptown girl. And then I decided, I got to test downtown. So then I bought a condo in downtown. So now I can literally say I've evolved from farm to, downtown girl.
You went from farm to downtown.
I mean, you can't really,
She lives just very close to me. And I don't know, I'm sitting here wondering why I don't see you more.
Because I just go from my office to my condo.
I'll have to catch you in between, maybe at Deja Vu. Don't you walk right
Oh, I
by
work
the
there on the side. Didn't you know that?
Did you have to walk right by that place?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
stop in the office, take a shot, and you're like, okay, here we go.
I've never been in.
No, you don't bother. I actually haven't either, but
Well,
we
you just
would be
high-five
better
the
going to
girls.
the Hewing.
The Huey, that would be probably a better choice.
I mean, you're standing there going, should we go to Deja Vu or should we go to the Hewing?
Yeah, I mean,
Such a
Rock, paper,
toss-up.
scissors.
It's
Rock,
such a
paper,
toss-up.
scissors.
it's a conundrum.
It's true. And you can probably see some breasts at the Hewing as well.
I mean, my experience,
hands down.
breasts are everywhere.
Partial breasts.
They're all over the place. You
Yeah.
see them no matter where you go.
Breasts are everywhere.
That's why going into Deja Vu, it seems a little weird, doesn't it? Because you got to pay quite a bit to be in there.
Do you? I have
Look
no
at it.
idea
I
how
don't
it
know.
works.
It's-
I mean, I want to say I'm cool and I've been in there and the girls and I are friends, but I am not that cool.
Probably 30 years ago.
I don't think I'd want you to be cool like that.
I'm more of a Hewing cool, don't you think?
That's why we hung on the rooftop.
Okay, that's true.
No.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
Monte Carlo. Yeah. All of those things. You should get sponsorships because I just did a shout out.
well, we're definitely going to end up with sponsorships.
Well, we should go to the bar and see if we can get some sponsorship.
Just hang out.
Just like do a tour.
We can bring the equipment. We'll just set up
a bar. We'll be a bar sponsored podcast
Yeah.
about entrepreneurship.
about entrepreneurship.
Is that what this is about?
That would be awesome.
This is actually, I'm actually fascinated about the beginning of this story because what you're doing now literally had nothing to do with your degree. It had nothing to do with the job you had at LifeTouch. Mm-hmm. It was all brand new.
Yeah.
You weren't milking cows.
And so what got you from an accounting degree to working at LifeTouch to get through college to deciding not to be an accountant to managing, I did it. Sorry.
That's all right.
Managing almost 1,000 places. And where did that come from? And how did you know to follow that when it was so outside the realm?
So I'm big into science and I'm big in, I'm a very driven, I'm an only child. My parents are divorced. And so I'm a product of two entrepreneurial families. And so farms and airplanes.
Yeah, farms are entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
They're a business, definitely. They don't necessarily make it into people's thinking about businesses.
No, it's
but
a
they're
big operation.
super businessy.
Yeah, it's huge. So, so then,
And what do you mean airplanes?
So my mom and stepdad own a aircraft maintenance company. And so they fix corporate jets. They do annual recertifications for.
Who doesn't? I mean, I've dabbled in that as well.
Obviously.
Of course you have.
I mean, aircraft maintenance is a very hyper specific thing.
Yeah.
A little bit riding on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're here about me.
Forget
I'm
mom.
sharing that. Yeah. Right.
That's enough about your mom. She seems amazing, but okay.
So I just had a drive. I wanted to make $50,000 by the time I was 25 years old, and I wanted to. And so just putting those goals, and then
I have to ask, $50,000 annually?
Yeah, I wanted
You wanted a $50,000 a year salary?
Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
curious because
Yeah.
that used to be like a good number.
It
right?
used to be.
Yeah, it used to feel like
Now
It
it's
used to
not.
be.
It's like
oof, I made
poverty,
50
isn't
grand.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Things have changed.
like me.
Yeah. So,
That is not. No. Well, we got to get to the intervention later
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, we'll do the
it'll happen. So my
Okay.
mom is very innovative and creative. I get that from her, and visionary. And then my dad is very fiscal, very efficient, they're both very efficient, but my dad is very budget conscious, and he taught me the fiscal aspect.
frugal, perhaps.
Yeah, but not at his own expense, if you know what I mean. He's very, yeah.
Hey, Dad, did you hear that one?
Yeah,
Yeah, so he'll indulge on his own things, is what you're
Yeah, and then judge for,
saying. Judge.
Dads are like that. My dad has
Yeah.
passed away, so I can say that. But my dad was also a controller, an accountant who graduated from St. Thomas, just like you, maybe a couple of years way before you. But he was the same way.
Yeah.
He was the same. He'd be more than happy to buy himself something, but
Yeah, exactly. And then be like, how much did that cost you?
yeah.
Yeah, when you buy a Coach purse, which really wasn't that much.
Oh, this
And
is getting very specific.
And then he bought a leather Ralph Lauren coat, but I couldn't buy a leather Coach purse. And then
To be fair, you did buy it.
as I get older,
You just got judged for it after you
for
bought
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Which is a different thing. That's even worse.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
no, you're fine.
Interrupt. You were saying
all
that,
the
but then as I
memories.
got older, yeah.
As I got older, I'm sitting in this cubicle, and I'm like, well, so then as I stayed at home, I was asked to go back to work, and I'll be like, hell to the no, I will not go sit behind a cubicle. So that's when, at that moment in time, I took the newspaper back when we were like, they were more prevalent back in those days.
When they were real newspapers and they were around everywhere.
Like Star Tribune stuff.
Yeah.
And I looked up because I had already started managing for a few people. So I took the newspaper and I looked up all of the people who had properties marketed for rent. And I made the calls to, I think, a handful of people, scheduled appointments to go meet with those owners that Saturday. It was actually a Thursday night, and then it was a Saturday. Met with them and walked away with 3 contracts.
Okay.
But why? Why did you decide this is what you were going to do?
Because I love business. I love building it. I love the ability to create and make and form and concoct and vision, and that's just.
So it didn't matter what the business was.
No.
Almost, right? It
Right.
mattered. It mattered that you were the business. And that's so interesting because
I know.
most
We're getting into the entrepreneurial part of it now. I love it.
Entrepreneurs usually have a thing they love to do.
I love to make inefficiencies go away. I love to accelerate technology and use that to the nth degree. I love making sure that the numbers work. We always say in the real estate world, it's all in the buy, the numbers won't lie, right? So knowing your numbers.
I mean, you said that like it's like common knowledge.
I know. I'm still trying to decipher. I don't know what that means.
It's all in the buy. The numbers won't lie.
It's all in the buy, and the numbers don't lie. Correct.
I've never heard this.
I don't even know what it means.
So if you've made it this far into the show, and if you've been wondering, like, what in the hell is this show about?
What is this about?
What are these people doing this for? Why would I spend my time doing this? You're getting into the little nuggets of what it is to be entrepreneurial, though.
Yeah.
Which is, you kind of couldn't help yourself, could you?
Yeah.
You were going to figure out how to do something, no matter what. Like, you weren't going to work for someone and just be there. Like,
No.
I'm coming in I'll see you tomorrow at 9:00, boss.
I've
Night,
been
boss.
there. You have to go through that in order to appreciate and then
Yeah.
to employ the people to treat them better than you are treated.
True.
Like you've got to offer all of the things. So as I'm learning and growing and being and experiencing, it becomes like this game, right? It's literally the game of Monopoly. Even if it's not homes, it's, something else. It's all applicable to what you do. So you set your mindset and you go out there and you get it. You got your goals, you've got your plans, you got your budgets, and then making sure that your customer service is on point, right? Because there's one thing is that service industry needs to be all about the service that you provide to the clients, hence the general contractor's license. So, fast forward, I was managing approximately 220 properties. And then when I divorced and I assumed the company, then it was, I had given back a portfolio. So we were at 180, okay? So that was single family investors, townhomes, single families, condos, duplexes, triplexes, that kind of thing. Use software, and I was able to manage the portfolio by myself just because of the ability to utilize technology.
Right, which is, I like hearing that.
So what year
on
was
the tech
this?
side.
What year was this? How long ago was this?
That was 2017.
Yeah, okay.
When were you bumming around Uptown?
Oh, that was 2018 to 2020.
Oh, you lived in Uptown that recently.
No, 20. What year are we in? 2022?
2023. Almost 2024.
Yeah, so 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
During COVID, you moved?
Yeah, I moved here right during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Moved here, you mean?
From
North
uptown
Loop. I live in the
Gotcha.
North Loop.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I became the downtown girl.
What? Why did you hold up your glass of wine to me?
Because
Was it?
I was cheering to the North Loop.
Oh, I
Cheers
see.
to the North Loop.
Nolo.
Cheers to the North Loop.
Cheers to the North
The
Loop.
Nolo. That's correct.
It's a pretty swanky part of town these days. That was the warehouse district back when.
It was dangerous back
It was
then.
dangerous.
It was
Deja Vu fit right in.
It did.
Yeah.
Now Deja Vu is an outlier.
Yep.
But we got to have it.
It's
So
on the skirts, man.
Okay,
It's on the
so
skirts.
So for the kids who listen, because we're anticipating this show is going to be big with the kids.
I
What
would hope
kids?
to God
You mean
so.
young entrepreneurs or little
Aspiring.
kids?
Aspiring.
I mean, I think that we-
Teenagers for sure are going to love to listen to us talk about entrepreneurship. This is sarcasm.
Well, you
my
did
friend.
say boobs early. So
No.
I don't know.
There would be one kid in the back of the car. He said boobs.
It was like when I was a kid, we used to get the National Geographic, and I don't know why I wanted to look so badly through it so quickly to see if there was any nudity, and there always was.
Yeah.
Like there always was some boobies or
Yeah.
that
wee-wees?
that
Boobies and
Well,
wee-wees?
there was that tribe that had. Have you heard of this tribe where they put like a stick on the penis?
Ouch. Like in
And it's like
the hole?
They know that it's like over it. It's like a cone.
I don't
over
have
it.
one, so I don't know what to call it.
Sam.
No, it's great.
Sam's just gonna throw his headphones down. That's
me to run
it. I am
I got you,
done with
Sam.
this podcast.
No, it's perfect.
But I
It's
would
perfect
look
because
in
there
the
are not
National Geographic
entrepreneurial-
for that kind of thing, right?
Of course you
I
would.
know I
You
would.
little
And then
perv.
I thought, what is wrong with me?
Nothing.
There
It's
was
very
nothing that I
natural.
was like frantic. Oh my God, the National Geographic is here.
Boobies.
Boobies.
Yanomamo? Is that the tribe? That's the only
Oh my
tribe.
gosh, if that is it, that would be amazing. Because
that's the only tribe I know.
what you said is like an accurate feels like.
It feels right.
Yeah.
Don't quote us on this.
I don't even know what a
Really
Yama
anything, to be
mama-
honest.
Yamaha?
Yanomamo.
Yamaha.
We don't know how.
I
to
just know
pronounce.
Yamaha.
All right. Well, I tell you what we're going to do.
We might have to cut that out.
No. We can't cut anything out. I don't know how to edit.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, I'm surprised we're not live. That
Might as well just go live.
right?
We're going to have a professor of entrepreneurship on the show at some point, too. You know what I mean? We're going to have to counterbalance
Our idiocy
the
with
super fun that we
some
have.
PhD intelligence.
Yeah, that one. But can you imagine? We'll be like, oh, so is there anything else you want to tell us, professors, such and such? You know, it's going to be boring. That's what I'm saying. Don't you
Yeah.
think? This is more fun. Okay, we're 30 minutes in.
Okay.
We're going to do our little break. Okay, which hopefully that'll help us reset, right?
Reset to what? Where are we going?
We're going to reset, and we're just going to we're going to be totally on point for the whole second half.
We
I'm
are.
just kidding.
No.
That's sarcasm again.
We're
We
not
are
going to be.
It's
But
gonna
we
be
are
more
going to
of
draw out
this.
some nuggets. And
I want to hear more.
I want to hear more.
Yeah, and I want the reason I brought up the kids is I want someone to take from. You're here to tell about yourself, but you're also here to teach a little bit about
Correct.
like how this happens.
Yeah.
What happens to lead to where you're at?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Fair.
All right, we're gonna record our middle. You ready?
So ready.
Okay, so they find themselves in the middle of our show.
Here you are at the middle of the show.
No, we're not ready yet.
Okay.
We got a little break. Okay, we're good now.
Here you are.
Oh,
You've
shit.
made it to the middle of the show. Buckle up because
Oh,
the
man.
second half is
It's-
going to be even.
It's different.
It's
It's
very
always
different.
different.
It's-
Things the little train goes off the rails or whatever. The whole
It does.
bus.
It
leaves
usually does. By the second half, we're relaxed.
it's coming.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I talk too much. Middle. See ya.
Bye.
Have fun. Okay, second half. Second half. We've got a guest. Yeah, what are you doing on your phone? I started. You can't be on your
didn't
phone
know
and
you started.
podcast at the same time.
I agree. That is really.
Hi, I'm Kelly Johanson. I'm the guest of the show. And
Get off your phone. Hello. I'm sorry. I was just, I didn't realize we had started, but I'm thrilled to be started.
Yeah.
How are we kicking this off? Do you have some ideas?
Well, okay, so our show is about that big stupid word, that big entrepreneurship word, business ownership and whatnot, right? Not even business ownership. Thinking, like, what about this idea?
What about this idea?
So I just put together this employee presentation to bring my whole team together, and because I just closed on a business, which I'm gonna go back into that, but
Here.
taking the Toy Story movie to infinity and beyond, because business is not finite; it's an infinite mindset. And we're only as strong as the strongest player on our bench. And our bench build is, thank you, Wendy Wiesman, because she's taught me all about benches and building them. And so it applies to business. It applies to everything. It's like you're only as strong as your strongest player.
What do you mean by build a bench?
So you've got to have, everybody is a player on the team.
What do you mean? What do you mean about build a bench? It's like a football. Like it's like a sports thing. You know, you've got a bench with players on it. You don't know what that means?
Yeah, but what are you
I
building
just
a
like
bench
giving her a
for?
hard time.
So employees, like you've got your family. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
I got given the finger. All right. I didn't mean to make it like that. I'm just, I'm still getting it. I get what you're saying. So do we need to explain that? I didn't know that people wouldn't know what building a bench means.
So basically, if you're an entrepreneur, you're only as good as your strongest player, your strongest employee, your strongest helper, your strongest
Weakest, right?
No, you're only as good as your strongest.
You're only as good as your weakest. Am I backwards on this? Because you're strong. I'm sorry. I'm really not trying to challenge you on this. I'm going to get in trouble.
Actually, I'm thinking about it right
I'm trying to get in
now.
trouble. I think it's like the weakest link is you're only
It's
as
not
strong
the
as
strongest player.
No, you're only as strong as the weakest link in the chain, right? Or the weakest player on your team is still on your team. So you have to make sure that they're all pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, I think we get it.
No, you're right. I'm really bad at those.
That's okay.
So
that's okay. We
full
all are.
disclosure.
I do that too.
That's good.
Yeah.
So now I won't say it and look like a fool. I'm only as strong as my weakest link on my bench.
It's okay because I think we only have like 3 listeners, and all 3 of us are here right now.
We're the only 3 people who are ever going to listen to it.
It's
No.
fine.
It's good. It's good. We're sorting things out.
You know what? This would be great in 5 years to come back to when we're actually, or maybe 5
Super
months. I
successful.
don't know.
Whatever
months.
sophistication takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be tomorrow.
We're doing just fine.
Yeah.
We're doing just fine.
You're
but
great.
that's, so isn't it cute when people say the wrong thing though? And then you,
Oh my God, you brought that up last time.
I do
What's that?
I do that all the time. Don't expect me to say I'll say irons in the air and balls in the fire.
Oh, speaking of which,
I love that shit.
All the time.
And I've got kids. You let them do it. You don't fix it.
I have a question.
Oh
I have
yeah.
an answer.
Didn't you start a group called
Yes. Milk.
Making Investment Lucrative and Fun?
Yeah. So let me surmise all of this. So real estate broker, doing property management, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm looking at my client list and they're all men. So furthermore, men with sticks out
Dudes.
penis holes and shit. Yeah.
Dudes.
They're the worst.
know.
And then they act like they run the business world and stuff, and you can't possibly do it, right?
You know what? That's just a weak woman.
Oh my God, Kelly.
That's just a weak woman who thinks that shit isn't really. Men have paved the
It's
way.
a mind. I think it's a limiting
You
mindset.
just gave men credit. I love it.
I do believe that men need credit
I
in
hear
certain
ya.
things.
I hear
I
ya.
don't believe that men need credit for being narcissistic assholes in business and treating women like shit. But
Now we're talking.
I believe that, but it takes a strong woman. Let's
does.
view the world as a bench, and all of the women are on the bench, and we're only as strong as our weakest woman.
Oh, there you go.
Nailed it.
All right, nailed it. She nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
right. We need to pick all the women up.
I am going to be the strong. My goal is to be the strongest link, the strongest one, so that I can bring
It seems
all
like
the
you got
team
some
up.
strength. It seems like you got
You
some
really?
real determination. Yeah, would you put something in front of her that you didn't think she was gonna She's
She would nail
She's gonna
anything.
accomplish it.
She's going
Yeah.
to accomplish it.
I
I
can
was
see
like,
it.
one of the questions I thought about on break was, did you ever have a moment when you wanted to give up?
All the time, every day.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Every
just the way it works,
day.
though?
I am tired. I am so let me just back into it because I always read back. I'm just a very weird person that way.
You like spreadsheets.
I do, but I also like to
Cheeks
read
made her
books.
feel better.
I know. I like to read books from the back to the front because I believe once you learn, think of how life would be
No.
so much more easy if we learned, now what, and then we could have played into that. But then we wouldn't be here today and have our character and our be who we are.
That's how you build empathy and stuff. And
That's
wisdom.
correct. And
Yep, I get
character
it.
and,
Yep.
and all of those good things. So as I was sitting there, I was and then I have a passion for pit bulls. So my whole goal and vision as I'm sitting in my uptown apartment and I've rebranded and I have renamed myself. I am determined to build something great and to leave a legacy, to leave love and a legacy. Because my goal is, because my divorce was so bad, and I have not ever spoken about that publicly.
Yeah, you get a little. I can see.
You can see it in the pain. You can feel the pain.
Yeah, I can.
It's real.
Yeah.
So
That's too bad.
I decided to take that anger and put it to good use and use it for something good. So I decided. You don't need to be blood to be loved. And so I am going to build a family, and it's just going to be through my professional platform of employing them. And so putting all of this together, I was accepted into the emerging leaders class of the Small Business Administration class. I think it was like 2018, which transformed my whole vision. So putting together the pro formas and putting together and then making this statement in front of all of them that I was going to, because it's literally a mini MBA degree and they are investing you. So it's like you have to interview, and only a percentage of those people get accepted. So I got accepted, and it was transforming. Like you
took it seriously.
It transcended everything. It was like great. And we're still, actually, I got a text today about, oh my gosh, it's been 5 years. And so we're going to have a little celebration. But most people are all in the same, like, building business is a huge, like, you can really change the world by building a great economy within. And then so back to the women part. So as I'm going through all of that through the SBA, the Emerging Leaders Program, I'm putting together this my presentation to present to the team, and then a panel of judges. Yeah. And so I put in there, and all of a sudden, so I'm a Christian, and I know I do swear. It's fine. I love Jesus, and I say fuck. It's all good. So
I don't think Jesus is, I mean, this is my take anyway. I don't think judging you for that.
I mean,
it's a word. It's okay. We'll make up a new one.
I mean, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I think Jesus has got other things to worry about.
Yeah, tax collectors.
Poverty.
Yeah.
War.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's okay with you dropping an F-bomb once in a while.
Jesus has probably got people who read books backwards and love spreadsheets to worry about.
And use them for healing.
The healing spreadsheet. Oh, God, I wonder if there's like a healing spreadsheet emoji out there that.
Oh, I could create one.
Yeah.
I'm so techie. I know how to do that shit.
You could have your own emoji.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. We're all getting personalized tech emojis.
Oh my gosh. That's all I ever wanted. That's all I ever wanted.
You wait. You just wait.
I do love
even
that
know what to
idea.
say
I know.
anymore. Okay, so
I'm sitting in my apartment complex, or my little uptown apartment, and I'm like putting together my presentation, and it appeared to me that, all of as you're going through your database and you're going through your clients, and oh my gosh, only of all of these, all of the clients, of the thousands of clients that I've had in the 20 years that I had been doing this, only not even one handful have been women who have taken the initiative to attain financial freedom through real estate investing.
Oh, gotcha.
Like the women, it's not normal.
Yep.
So cue the white men paved the way. So now we are going to.
Which I like that you give them credit. You don't hold it against them.
I do. That's good. I love men. Trust me.
Yeah.
No sound needed. No words shared.
Right. Is it a train that goes off the rails? Is it the bus off the whatever? I see it. You love the men. Yeah.
I think I do have that one. The train is still on the rails.
Okay.
Like I haven't tipped that shit. I don't know. I don't know.
God, I
think it's an apple cart, isn't it?
Make up your own euphemisms or whatever they are on the spot.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know what you call them.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Anyway.
Everything makes. So I'm sitting there and I'm putting together this thing and I'm putting together all my numbers and I was like, aha, women. And then furthermore, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really love my dog. My dog's sitting there on the couch and I love her so much and she's a pit bull. And it took me forever to get her into a place because she's so misunderstood. And so I'm like, women and pit bulls. And I'm like,
I'm not seeing it. Women and pit bulls. Yep.
I am going, wait for it.
Yeah.
I am going to build a pet fanatic building.
Okay.
And it's going to be only because then, I've managed associations and I've done all those
God,
things.
I
So,
like this already, though.
oh, you shut up. I'm not done.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's good.
It's
Keep going.
good.
Keep going. Yeah.
yeah. So, and my baby's name is Marley. She's just the
your pit
sweetest.
bull.
Oh,
Yep.
she's so sweet. I love her so much. She's in my will. She's in my divorce decree. Like, that bitch has got it made. We don't have beds. We have couches. Like, her food's made for her and I don't even cook, all those things. And so she really helped me through a really poor time in life. And
love
so as I was
Unconditional love right back at you. I'm sure. All the time.
so I decided to make my last page of that presentation at the SBA Emerging Leaders class to be the Marley. And so my vision and I can still remember, I was laying on the floor on my stomach, like, a little high school girl studying for like her finals and it was like, you got that feeling. So building the Marley, a pet fanatic where the people are there. The people live there as a byproduct to pay the rent for their pets.
It's a byproduct.
Right?
I'm with you. I love it. I love it.
And it's going to be a pet hotel, and we're going to have all of the commercial space. And I'm literally thinking real estate. Like, we're going to have the residential, we're going to have the commercial, and it's going to be built specifically to cater to the pet. So it's going to be concrete. So if they piss or shit, it's going to be easy to clean up without any smells. Right. And then you're going to have built-in dog washes. You're going to have the built-in dishes, and we can only rent to bully breeds that are misunderstood. Because if you can only rent complexes to 55 plus people who fucking suck, I can rent to pit bulls and
fair enough.
Right?
Fair enough.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Then, furthermore, coupling the women with that, fast forwarding, creating MILF. I didn't know what a MILF was. MILF is. Remember, I was an Iowegian, born and raised.
We have to go back and let people know why you're saying that. So it's making investing lucrative and fun, which is a lovely acronym.
Yeah, for moms, I'd like to
For
fuck.
moms,
I didn't
I'd like
know
to
that.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I remember when I first saw the T-shirt, I'm like, do you know what that means? And you're like, well, I didn't, but I stuck with it.
So because I'm an accountant, I heard dink and I'm thinking MILF, dink, dual income, no kids. I'm like,
Right.
I'm trying to put it all together and I'm like, huh?
What does that mean?
I didn't get it. And then everybody around me looked at me like I was a freaking moron. And I'm like,
Well, or
Iowegian.
or you're just really getting out there. Like
or
you're really.
I didn't get out there enough. I don't know.
That could be part of it. But if I saw you walking down the street with a MILF shirt, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I think she might be single.
Is. Or a lesbian. She could be a lesbian.
Yeah.
She's advertising. Mother said,
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
it might be coming for her point of view.
Yeah.
So,
But we know she's not because she loves men.
I do.
She's made that very clear, and then had a brain glitch.
But as funny as MILF is,
Yeah.
it has transformed many women to
So
feel
you
their
stuck
power.
with it? You still got MILF?
Oh, yeah.
God,
no,
yeah.
it's still MILF. She's
We
not
just-
changing. Look at
no.
her. Do you think she's going to change a name of anything?
No,
of
we
course.
just purchased a website. We are going to trademark it.
MILF?
That's how, I'm taking it nationwide because women, 30% of the nation, and we're not talking about take the active step to be invested, to understand their finances, not hand it off to their husband or their significant other, really take the initiative to understand.
It's not for everyone.
No, it's not. But I can help them get there. And then furthermore, because I have created a solid team internally to hold their hand. It's not like you're going to come to a conference and get the book and be like, peace out. You suck. Good luck, motherfucker. It's not helping it,
Here's your binder.
Yeah. Don't call me. Don't call me.
So there's so much swirling around in my head about all of this.
Well, let's go. Because the first 30 minutes didn't work with a fuck. So.
I don't know that any of it works. It's all good. I love every minute of it. If you don't like the show, you don't have to listen.
That's right.
We love you as an
How can
audience
you not
member.
like the show? How
know.
can you not like this?
We
Even
should-
if you're cringing,
We should
you're
have
going to
a-
stick with it, aren't you?
We should have a stamp that says like with wine, on the, so that people know like
Oh, I get it.
okay.
Right.
A parental
Right.
advisory, but like this one,
This one we added
You should
wine
have-
to.
Yeah.
This is fortified.
Yes.
This podcast is fortified.
This is milfified. If you don't know what that is, enter at your own risk.
Okay, so there's a bunch of and I have my own sort of preconceived notions about like the SBA and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't like spreadsheets. I don't like industry groups generally. I should stay away from that, like NARI and the rest of it. And I shouldn't, right? But I have over the years.
I don't.
So I will just make a generalization that I'm sure is not true, and I do not want to hurt anyone's feelings at the SBA.
You can't. Yeah.
But let's say, so I can just imagine in 2018, there's like 5 kind of stuffy, a little bit unfun SBA folks sitting around a table watching you do your... And they're like, holy fuck, what have we unleashed on the world? Like, is that accurate?
So, and then they bring in panel people to ask questions and to do all of that. And I was actually like, oh my gosh, because they were asking, they were trying to state they were bankers. And I'm like,
Not fun.
you mean you're a shark?
Right.
That's what I said. And
Oh, it's basically.
And
it
then
is.
the SBA was like, and I'm like, no, you're trying to like bend them over to make them pay like triple the interest I'm like, that's a fucking shark.
Did you say that?
I called them a shark.
Of course you did.
You know,
Call
she's
them out.
going to call it like she sees it. This is the deal.
I can see it right
She's-
from the start.
I called them a shark. And then, anyway, but so now the Marley is out there. I have to do it. And now, furthermore, going fast forward, bringing MILF full circle, I want for the women who can't or don't have the means to invest, like solely like helping us, like we'll run on the buy, the numbers don't lie, right? So if we have a townhome or whatever, there's so much behind the scenes on all that we do, but one thing is constant is that if it's all on the buy, the numbers don't lie. We run the numbers, and if we, for example, Juliet, we have a townhome that we would know would meet the 5-10 criteria, which is 5% cash on cash return, 10% total return, including the asset itself, which isn't that great today, given like the treasury bill and given the T-bill is the safest place to put your money for anywhere between 6 months to 10 years.
Okay.
If you can do real estate in the ideal approach, income depreciation, equity appreciation, and leveraging all of that to do it again, it's going to take a significant down payment. So let's just say I started, in my experiences, I bought a townhome in Chaska, put 10 grand down, and I have since used that to purchase more and more. So I own 5
So you
myself.
use the equity from that townhome.
Cash out, refied, and bought a business. And I bought a company. And then
What company, if you don't mind my asking?
no, perennial management. It's affordable housing management.
Okay.
So then expanding my niche to really encompass management full circle. So not just market rate, but affordable. And then on this last Friday, I just closed on another company called Olson Property Management to do association management.
Okay.
And then literally building the maintenance side of the business to service all of them, because the goal is all of those together and collectively will fuel the MILF to service the nation, to build
the MILF.
fuel the MILF, to
You know
build
how-
the Marley, which will be powered by the MILF. Ooh, Marley fueled by MILF. Yeah.
I am not trying to make fun. I am totally on board with
please
it. I
do.
think the whole thing is great. I think that the use of the word MILF in there is just fantastic.
Actually, it is. It is.
It's awesome.
I really need to go to the School of MILF. I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
January 18th is our next MILFing event.
MILFing?
MILFing. We're going to go MILFing.
There's nothing not awesome.
Well, I have to. If I go, do I get a T-shirt? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple things on my mind though.
Yep.
There is a good portion of the last bit of what you said that is completely and utterly foreign to someone, to some part of the audience.
Okay.
Right? And it's never not going to be foreign to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's
the
like
5-10, cash on cash, total return on
all
investment.
of that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the same person who's, maybe like an absolute genius at getting grants at a
Absolutely.
nonprofit or something. So like
Right.
everyone's got their talents.
Yeah.
But like there's personality types and there's different things that people are good at. And there's just a load of people who are like, oh, holy fuck, I don't want to have anything to do with none of it makes sense.
Yep.
I don't want to invest. This is all way too scary.
Yeah.
That's where like Vanguard, like indexed funds and stuff come together. Can you put together a way for people to not feel so unsafe in that world, to tread into it with you?
Yes.
To be a part of it, but not have to know what all of that means?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Kelly's calculator that I have created in my spreadsheet, and
Oh, Jesus.
Oh God, I feel so relaxed already.
uh-huh. So
Juliet's
we plug all the numbers and make sure the returns are adequate to our expectations so that we can, like comfortably pass that forward to them, and then we can represent them on, the buy. And then it's not like they're just, again, you didn't come to a conference to get a book to say peace out, Boy Scout or Girl Scout. Like it didn't, no. We are there. Like I've created the company to service you and see it all the way through, from sales to management to maintenance, so we can hold your hand all the way through. Now,
Which sounds to me like you're going to make money whether I do or not, in a certain way. And I'm not trying to call you out, but
you're not wrong.
That's the fear I think people have is you go to the wealth manager and you pull up in your Ford Fiesta.
Lamborghini.
Ford Fiesta.
Yeah. You pull up in your Ford Fiesta with your $50, right? And you go in and there's their Porsche sitting out front, and they're super nicely dressed, and they're like, yeah, don't worry, I will take very good care of your money. And then you have to worry, but most people want it to be that passive in a certain way if they're going to get into investing.
Nothing is passive. If you actually give a shit about your money, nothing is passive.
I know, but they don't know all the lingo and they can't do it.
Right.
So they need a place that they can trust that you go.
Correct.
Because not everyone screws everyone. I know that.
No, but you're right.
Yeah,
The
it's just a
trust is
fear.
real.
Yeah.
No, you're right. So like I always say to my owners or clients in the investment world, like, if you don't like me, you're not going to like the tenants that I bring in, because I'm going to attract what I am most likely. And if you don't like responsible and kick ass and, like clean and pristine and all of that, probably not for you. Just saying. I don't know.
But also, behind all of that, there's this loving person, right? Yeah. That's creating a family and caring about your employees and creating an environment in which people thrive. Yes. So, knowing that about you, I would want to be, want to be your student. And even if you made a little bit of money on me, right? I would want to be your student money, because I know that I want that to perpetuate. Even what's his name, who wrote Power of Now. What's his name?
That guy? I don't know.
Do you know?
That guy wrote
What's that guy?
Now.
I feel bad now.
Google it.
That I forgot his name. He's
local?
No.
Are we going to hurt his feelings?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So anyway, he wrote
Friedman.
He makes money on what he does, and he's talking about like really existential things, and becoming the best you can be, and being in the power of now, and all of those pieces. Mm-hmm. He makes money on what
he has to.
He has to. So there's this fine balance. Mm-hmm. Tony Robbins, right, makes a ton of freaking dough off of people who want to become existential, or
they want to really, really get their shit together.
They want to get their shit together. And when people go through that process, they're like, take my money. I feel great. This is good. I'm empowered. So there's nothing wrong with that. It has to be an energy exchange. Anyway.
Well, But here's the deal. You're not going to know, like investing in something, you're not going to know until you try, right? Mm-hmm. So first of all, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, step out, find out. That's number one.
Step out, find out. Okay.
If it's not going to work, then back out. It's fine. Go another direction. Pivot.
I mean, that's like
but
entrepreneurship 101.
Right.
We can't help ourselves.
But you're going to have to pay attention, meaning it's not passive, it's active. Like you're going to have to pay attention. Passive is a very common term for like saying, up, hands off, you do that. That
passive income is a big. You're right. I pulled a word out that's used in
that is standard. It's stereotypical.
And I didn't quite mean it that way. What I meant was people when they invest, they generally want to put that money somewhere and then hopefully not have to do a ton to let the money itself come
get their monthly, quarterly, annual statements that show that this amazing return. In double-digit return fashion, right? But not
and
understanding
that screws people,
right?
You know.
But like if you take 1.4% off of those proceeds, that's not going to be in the gross proceeds on the spreadsheet. It's going to be as a separate line item. So educating and helping people understand that because that's the end game. So what Kelly's calculator does is it points out all of that because we incorporate our fee, and it's not that hard to
just figure it out.
It's very so educating, and it's a marathon. It is not a sprint and holding your hand all the way through. And I'm only as good as what you tell me, and it takes a relationship. It takes trust, and I'm going to fuck up, but I always make my fuck ups right because I'm human, and I hate that excuse, actually. Please cut that fucking shit out because I'm human. That doesn't mean I'm fucking
I'm not cutting it out. You're good. You're good.
It's an excuse. I mean, yeah.
No, people, I mean, entrepreneurship, you have to be comfortable with the idea that you're going to make a mistake every now and again.
Yeah.
And that you have to own your mistakes and try and fix things or, move past them, learn from them, all of that shit.
You have to learn when to walk away and understand that walking away is not giving up. It's just smart.
Sometimes it is.
That's really what
I
like
it. I've walked away from a couple of things, and now I just feel really smart about it.
Well, it's smart.
Good.
Can you say spreadsheet again?
What about this?
I want to go back to one thing you said earlier.
Yeah.
Real quick, and that was the whole employee thing.
Yeah.
Right. I've had a few employees of my own over the years. I've known, everyone's like, I'm not a terribly good employee generally.
I believe you probably are better than the workforce pool now.
Well, maybe, but I haven't historically. It's been a long time since I've been anyone's employee.
Yeah,
because I start my own shit. Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yep, I like the freedom the way I have it.
For sure.
But you said something about family, and you want them all to love you, kind of, and right.
I want to leave love and a legacy. So employees are what I have found since purchasing 2 businesses and bringing on the labor pool and doing all of those things is like you're really combining family into one family, and I'm like mama and their stepchildren, and my goal is to
not in a Cinderella sense. I
mean, maybe,
but literally create a culture. So I'm finding that my values and skills of accountancy and everything are still always going to be very prevalent and needed for entrepreneurialism. For you've got to know how to read the balance sheet, the cash flow, the P&L,
it's pretty important.
All of that. It's. I mean, if you don't know what net operating income is versus net income, you're probably fucked.
Right. That's probably true.
That's true. Those are basics.
But is this a new thought for you? This whole family.
So
stuff? Because I have a little cautionary tale for that.
I would. So
go ahead.
We actually defined our values. So Ideal Property Investments, I rebranded that post-divorce, and the ideal is the ideal approach. The first 5 money makers in rental property income, as I said before, depreciation, equity appreciation, and leveraging all of that to do the domino effect, to do it again and again and again.
Okay.
Which I have done, and if I can't experience it and I can't walk the walk, I will not talk the talk. So, furthermore, standing in front of in a MILF event and standing in front of these women saying, here's the deal. I've done that. I am a proven badass bitch who has done this. I just cash out refied my rentals and I bought a company.
Yep.
I mean, why? Is it scary? Oh yeah.
Of course it is.
It's all encompassing, but if I want to literally change the world one person at a time and make a difference and leave love and a legacy, that is what I have to do. And then my job will have to be, as a visionary, to become more involved in building culture of the company. So
I'm big into the culture side of things.
Yeah.
I think it's super important when you have a business.
and that was an aha this year.
Your employees will never actually feel like, most of them will not feel as if they're family.
And
It's just the truth.
No, you're not wrong.
And
But I also believe I can make it
It scares me.
good.
It scares me because well, let me put it this way. If you do want to consider them as family, you better consider them as like the least appreciative little bastard child that you've ever had. I don't mean bastard in the old sense.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that word.
Yeah, you should have.
But you know what
We're just going to let you keep burying yourself. Just keep going.
No, I'm just saying that at the end of the day, most people, their job isn't their passion in life. So for them, it's like,
Correct.
all I really want is for you to pay me and give me the better insurance and the things that make my life a little better.
401ks and retirement plans and PTO and all of the bullshit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched people try very, very hard, and the more you give, the more they want.
The more they suck.
And they don't work harder. There's a lot of,
Take that whatever way you want.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't build a culture where people who work for you and with you are treated well and happy.
Exactly.
And, I agree with all of that. I just think it's scary to think of
family is our value system focused. You have to be focused, authentic, motivated, innovative, loyal, and say, yes, I can.
Okay.
Those are the family values of joining the family. I want to make it so that we are building a company where there is a waiting list to knock on the door to want to work for Freedom. That is in addition to the Marley. That is the goal.
You were right. You were right when you said, I've got a friend and I'm going to invite her in on the show, and she's very entrepreneurial.
Yeah. She is.
Yes.
And one of the things that always strikes me about Kelli is the thing in entrepreneurism that we always ignore, because it's the catalyst, it's the context that really makes us successful. And that is, keep your eye on that vision. Like, the walls are going to be falling around you. The rocks are going to be coming down the cliff, all of those things. But if you can you just see a little light and you just head toward the light, right? You just, you keep that vision alive. And as soon as you doubt it,
you might as well quit.
You might as well quit. If you're going into something with a plan B, where you got your little toe out going, I hope this works, but if it doesn't, I've got this backup plan.
Well,
you kind of have to be crazy.
It's okay to have a plan B as long as it still reaches the goal that you aspire to be, right?
Is it the second page of a spreadsheet? That's plan B.
It's called the addendum.
It's addendum.
Spreadsheet addendum right after Kelly's calculator.
It's okay to have an amendment maybe once in a while.
Sure.
It's okay.
You just put it in it's not on the front page of the spreadsheet, though. It's
in the fine print.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The plan B.
The gut
All right,
check.
you do. I don't know. I think...
Kelli, I just so appreciate you coming. I was very nervous about who our first guest would be. And I am just so thrilled with learning from you. And I've known you now for a few years.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I really know you.
I think.
I really appreciate you coming in,
They're having a moment.
We're having a MILF moment.
And I'm ruining it.
You just ruined it. And you just ruined it. But
thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate you. And I appreciate even if we haven't pointed it out, the tenacity that you've always had, the willingness to feel, even when you bring up your divorce and, it's some of the painful things in your life, you feel them but you don't let them take you.
No.
Right.
Make
You don't have a whole lot of filter,
make
do you?
No, I want to be real raw and admit
Yeah.
that I'm not always right and own it to be better.
Yeah.
And use my negative emotions as power and energy for good. So, and if women can't afford to invest solely in a property of their own powered by MILF, then I would really, my ultimate goal, last final statement, is to really make the Marley a syndication where women only can invest in that. And we can pool together our funds and save all of the pitfalls. So women can start in investing in a syndicated fund to kind of like, it's not a bond or it's not, it's a syndication. Like it's a legal investment that would allow them to get their toes wet to see if this is for them. And then save
I like it.
Maybe MILF should be one of our sponsors.
We would do that.
I would love that.
We would.
Damn it! I love asking for
We've got the
sponsorship
website.
right on
The website's already live.
Oh my
I
goodness.
saw it with a t-shirt.
MILFmashup.com.
Yeah, we're in MILF mashup, and it wasn't taken.
Just wait. I'm sure that we have an amazing jingle that brings us in and brings us out that we will edit into this. But today
have to,
I
yeah.
did a little work on our jingle.
Holy shit! Oh my gosh!
And I have to say, it was awful. It was.
Right.
It was
Come
like
on.
we had gone straight back to the 70s.
Oh, it was AI generated.
It was AI generated.
Absolutely horrifically terrible.
It was really, really terrible. It even made up lyrics.
But it went so far past like regular terrible that it kind of came back to good. There's a part of it. I'm like, holy shit.
That sounds great.
Wait, no. Actually, those words are kind of good. Yeah. They were kind of good, except for the make no mistakes part.
Make no mistakes. And building an empire. Oh, shit. It was
Okay.
good. We will save that.
And
we'll throw it in one of the shows. We'll let you. We'll have like just a quick
just
show where people can listen to the three, and then
we can vote on them.
they can vote on how the shittiest jingle.
The shittiest jingle.
Oh, God, they're bad. They're bad. All right. Well, Kelly,
Thank you.
thank you so much for coming in and sharing.
This was so much fun. I am
The kids
so
are
honored to
gonna
be your
learn.
first guest. Thank you. I'm so excited.
You're amazing, and
You're amazing.
I do think that we might want to have an intervention
With me?
with our friend Sam.
I mean, I basically, well, it's like I hit rock bottom and I've been asking for the intervention anyway. I'm like,
You never hit rock bottom.
Juliet, help me learn how to make real money.
Yes.
Bye. The
Hallelujah.
numbers don't lie, Sam.
All right. I'll stop buying if the numbers are lying.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't cry. It's over.
Oh, you did it. You made it to the very end of the show. You know what you can do to help us? What can they do to help us? They can tell their friends how awesome this show is.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You know what else? And I don't know if people know this or don't know this, but like if you found us and you see us on socials somewhere, just hit repost or share it with your community.
Share, repost, follow. Isn't there a follow option?
Yeah,
of some
follow,
kind?
subscribe. We're not going to charge you anything.
No.
Just hit the subscribe button.
No,
It's
we
not gonna
just
hurt
need
you.
to create a community around entrepreneurism and how the real shit happens.
I like it. Well, because we're real. You said it in the intro.
Real.
We talk real. No, seriously, tell your friends. What a great show. Oh my gosh, these people are doing the best work ever. Yeah, right?
That's what you should say.
Yeah.
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 And just come back. Have fun with us. We love this.
We'll have someone, we'll interview someone cool next week too.
Someone completely different.
Yeah, from prison. Thanks.
We always have to add that.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.